I was walking through the beginning level, and it's underground, and it's chattel slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, and then the Underground Railroad. And so it's an emotional ride as well. You know, it's painful, it's oppression, and then there's this moment where you can see people rising up and fighting for what they believe in, overcoming. And because it's so engaging, you see people experiencing it in a different way. There were these two kids next to me, maybe 14 years old, and they were having a conversation that I was eavesdropping on, and the one turns to the other one, he's like, yo, man, he's like, what would you have done if you was around back then, man? He's like, would you have been a slave? He's like, yeah, well, yo, what? He's like, nah, they would have had the wrong one, man. They would have had the wrong one. Yo, I would have cooked their ass, man. You trying to make me a slave? I would have cooked their ass. He's like, nah, you capping. He's like, nah, for real, I would have cooked their ass. I would have cooked their ass. And they're laughing and they're engaging in it. And I was like, either this is the delusion of youth, which is necessary for a revolution, or that's who they would be. Either way, it didn't matter. What I loved is that they were asking the question, who will you be when history calls? Because of them, I found myself asking the question, and honestly, I think I need to work on my self-esteem, because I came up with nothing as heroic. Like if you asked me, Trevor, what would you do during slavery? I'll be like, I would have worked really hard and seen what happened. I don't think I would have been a hero. I don't have it. I'm impressed by people who say those things. If I was around back then, oh, if I was in the store when they robbed it, I would have done. I don't have that in me. I don't, like, I would be in the field and I'd just be working hard and I'd be minding my own business, you know, and the guy on the horse would come and be like, you better work hard, boy, you better pick that goddamn cotton. I'd be like, yes, master, that's a picking this cotton, master. That's a picking away, master. Oh, but as soon as he rides away, oh, I'd light his ass up. Oh, I would roast him to bits. I'd be like, that dumbass. Is he back? No. But I don't think I would have been a hero. Yeah, like a real hero would have showed up. Like Harriet Tubman would show up. She'd be like, psst, yo, Trev. Like, oh, hi, Harriet. How you doing? I'm doing shit. Oh no, what happened? Slavery happened. What you mean, what happened, boy? You stupid or something? Oh yeah, of course, I shouldn't have. Anyway, what's going on, Harriet? I just came to let you know that we're leaving tonight. Who's we? All of us, Trevor. We're getting out of here. We're going, baby. Oh yeah, Harriet, the guy on the horse says we shouldn't leave. He really doesn't like it when we leave. I think he has like separation anxiety or something. He should see someone about that. But he said, I don't give a shit what he said. We're getting out of here. What are you saying? You gonna stay? Yeah, I think I'll stay and just, you know, see how it goes. See how it goes? What's wrong with you? You not coming? No, I'm not gonna come. I can't believe you. You light skins is all the same. What? Yeah. You scared, ain't you? You a scared little bitch. I am a bitch, Harriet. I cannot lie. I'm a scared little bitch. Look at you, scared little bitch. You almost as bad as Jimmy Kimmel. Sorry, sometimes I do jokes just for me. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Everyone was asking themselves the question. Everyone. One of the most unique encounters I experienced happened when there was a group of white people who were standing at the exhibit, and they were very, very liberal white people, right? Like very liberal. White, like very, very liberal white people. Like they were feeling it more than the black people there. They were, yeah, to show how much they were feeling it, there was a moment where some of the black people who were walking around the exhibit, right? Because there's black people walking around the exhibit and there's white people there, because everyone can go, right? And so The black people who were there were living what I would consider the full black experience, which is being a human being. So some people were crying, and then a moment later, they were talking to their friends, sharing stories, recounting, laughing, etc. And one person laughed, was like talking to their friend, like, ha 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 ha, yeah. And then the woman, there was a white woman here, who was like the leader of the crew. She turned at that laugh, she was like, ha ha, and she was like, shh. That's how liberal they were. And just when I thought she couldn't top that, she was looking at a photograph, one of the first pictures that's ever really been taken. And it was a picture of a white man on a plantation, standing there, smiling, standing in a field, just like smiling in the picture. And this woman is standing looking at the picture, and she's like, if I was there when that was happening, I swear to God, if I was there when that was happening, I would have never smiled. You know when a sentence has the exact conclusion you did not predict? Like this was, I thought she was, if I was there, I would have fought, I would have freed, I would have, no. She's like, I would have had slaves, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it. Just be crying, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. I'm so sorry. Yeah, dust behind the couch as well, but I'm so sorry. I can't. It was really, really something. You know, you moved through that level there for more than an hour. At the end of it, I was so taken by the question that I was asking myself, who will you be when history calls, that I texted one of my best friends, David Meyer. He's actually the first American I ever became friends with. He came to South Africa by chance 20 years ago, was on like a school project. We met by chance, became friends by chance, and then he convinced me to come to America and do comedy, which I had never planned to do. The rest is history. So we've been friends since that day, right? And yeah, it's a beautiful story. And also, our lives are so different. He's this 6'5", lanky white boy from North Carolina, right? Sweetest guy ever, super sincere. And because of that, I love playing pranks on him. And as we left that exhibit, I texted him, and I was like, yo, Dave, I need to ask you a favor. And he responded, he's like, yo, dude, what's up? And I said, if slavery comes back, do you promise to have me as one of your slaves and treat me really well? And then he responded, he was like, dude, what? And I said, do you promise to have me as your slave and treat me very well? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I said, yes or no? And then I just saw the little dots, and it was like typing, 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 and then he called me. I was like, yo, what's up? He's like, dude, what are you even talking about, man? What is happening? What do you mean slavery? I was like, yeah, I just want to know from you, Dave. If slavery comes back, do you promise to have me as one of your slaves and treat me really well? He's like, dude, no. What do you mean? Slavery is not coming back. Slavery is not coming back. I was like, that's what they said about Ghostbusters. Just answer the question. Will you or will you not have me as one of you? He's like, no, dude, no. I would never have you as one of my slaves. I would never own slaves, like enslaved people, actually. I would never have enslaved people. I don't think that's right. I was like, yo, save your sanctimonious bullshit right now, Dave. I just want to know if you would have me as one of your slaves or not and treat me well. He's like, no, I would never do that. I was like, oh, okay, I see. So you're just going to let me be somebody else's slave. That's what you're saying. Huh? Slavery comes back, and now they catch me, and now they're busy whipping me. Now I'm Django out in these streets, huh? Yeah? I'm getting whipped because my best friend wouldn't use his white privilege to help me by making me one of his slaves so that we could hang out, huh? I'm in a field. I could be with you in the house playing PlayStation, Dave, huh? Yeah, we could be back in Call of Duty, in Verdansk, like the good old days. But no, you want to be so woke that I get whipped by another white person who wants to keep slaves. He's like, no, dude. I was like, you want me to be a slave? He's like, no, dude. I was like, you want me to be whipped, don't you? He's like, no, dude, okay. He's like, okay, all right, fine, dude. If slavery came back, then yeah, I'd have you as one of my slaves, and I'd treat you well. I was like, aha, so you would have slaves. I was like, all right, I gotta go. And he's like, no! He still hasn't forgiven me. Who will you be when history calls? It's so much easier when it's hypothetical. As you move from one exhibit to the next, move through Reconstruction, Jim Crow, you get to the Civil Rights Movement. And it's one of the sections that really lays out what it was like is a 4-year stretch where Dr. King and other black people would try to go and get served in restaurants that were segregating black people and weren't allowing them to get food. They would walk into the restaurants, they would sit down, dressed to the nines, and they would get denied service. They would get kicked out, they would get cursed at, spat on. Oftentimes they were beaten, right? Leave with concussions, bleeding. They'd go home, they'd wash up, they'd come back, they'd do it again. Go home, wash up, do it again. Go home, wash up, and do it again. And now, when we talk about it, we go, well, they did the right thing because look how it turned out. Yes, but when you read his life, you go, it wasn't inevitable. There was no guarantee that it was going to work. There was no sign that it was working. And yet, they persevered. And when I was looking through his life and when I was reading his works and I was looking, I was like, was there ever a moment when he regretted? Was there ever a moment when he regretted what he had gone through, what he was doing? Like when he tasted white people's food for the first time? No, because you realize until that point it was theoretical, right? Black people had never been served in these establishments. They only wished to be served in these establishments. But they had never eaten there. Right? They would just sit down at the counter. And the owner would come and be like, God damn it! I told you I don't want your kind around here. Get out of here, boy! And be like, oh, my brother, I have a dream. I have a dream that one day, regardless of the color of our skin, all people will be allowed to sit here, our brothers and sisters, black and white alike, and America will come good on its promise that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day, oh, shut up! You've won. They changed the laws. Look at the TV. Here's your food. Thank you very much. Oh, shit. Now I have a new dream. I have a new dream that one day white people will discover seasoning. And I have a dream that they will no longer consider black pepper to be a spice. I have a dream that we will all come together to defeat the real white devil, mayonnaise. Can you imagine how awkward it must have been? That first walk after that first meal. Martin and his boys walking into the parking lot. Dead quiet. For this shit, Martin? For this shit, Martin? I'm so sorry, fellas, I didn't know. God damn it, Martin, you had them whipping our ass for this shit? Did you taste that food? I thought it was delicious. That's why I thought they were blocking us. I apologize, fellas. I'm so sorry, fellas. My bad. God damn it, Martin, that shit tastes like depression, man. Is this the shit we've been fighting for? I'm so sorry, everybody. I'll make it up to y'all. I'll buy everybody Popeyes on the way home. Who will you be when history calls? Thank you.